Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, I'm Yeksenia, and my channel is about business strategies, finance, lifestyle, and personal development. But today I wanted to do something different, and if you wanted to see, please keep on watching. I wanted a change of scenery. I wanted to be outside with my puppies and get some sun because Lord knows I'm looking like a highlighter right now. Forewarning, I was not planning on my neighbors having this much of a great time while I was recording, so I really hope that you were able to hear this. So today I wanted to do a fun Q&A. I found some pretty funny questions online. I just wanted you to get a feel of who I am and what I'm about. So let's dive into the Q&A. The first question is, what zodiac sign are you? Well, if you can't tell, I am an Aries, believe it or not, but I'm not like the typical type where they say they're fiery and hot-tempered and loud and outspoken. I'm actually the polar opposite, so I don't really know how accurate that is. My brother actually is an Aries and he fits the typical description perfectly. Whereas for me, I don't know, because I was born 2 months early, so I don't know if that has to do with it. Who knows? But that's what my zodiac sign is. I am an Aries. The next question is, how would you describe your personality? I am an extreme introvert. So basically, if you put me in a room or an environment where there's like more than 3 people, I automatically just clam up and I get really shy, and I kind of tend to be a little awkward because I don't know what it is, but like I struggle. I actually genuinely struggle in trying to strike up conversation. So I actually have friends who are extroverts, so I would literally look and watch how they engage with people, and I try to follow their lead. Like I have to put intention behind trying to build a connection with somebody, because I just kind of want to hide under a rock and just kind of like be in my little hole and I'll be okay. Like this whole quarantine situation, I don't mind being at home, just saying. So let's move on to the third question. What is your height? So I initially thought that I was 5'4", but my best friend measured my height and I was adamant that I was 5'4". It turns out I'm actually 5'2.5". But you might as well just round it up to 5'3", right? Because you can't round it down to 5'2", because I passed 5'2". Just saying, I'm 5'2.5". Ain't nothing wrong, I'm fun size, right?
If you were arrested with no explanation, what would your friends and family assume you had done? Honestly, I think that my family and friends will probably think that the police called the wrong number. I don't think that they would even believe that that is happening. Not to say I'm a goody two-shoes, it's just I don't do anything. Like I literally don't. So I can't see them. What would I get arrested for? I don't know. Like I don't plan to intentionally do something. Not to say that people who get arrested plan to intentionally do something. I don't know. They're just not gonna believe it. That's what I think.
The next question is, what is your nationality? Don't you wanna know? So, where do you actually think that I'm from? Let's be honest, because I actually got many different types of countries. When I used to dye my hair like pitch black, I got Arabic, I got Moroccan, but when I would rock it curly, I would get Puerto Rican, but then when they saw my name, a lot of people thought I was Ukrainian. I guess the K throws people off. But anyways, without further ado, I am Mexican and El Salvadorian. So my dad is El Salvadorian and my mom is Mexican. But I did a 23andMe, and you know, we don't have to go down into percentages, but there's actually some interesting finds. If you guys want to know more about that, I can share with you my results for 23andMe, just throwing it out there. But yeah, so I'm Mexican and El Salvadorian. I am Central American, for my Central American peeps out there, whoop whoop. The next question is, are you in a relationship? What wouldn't you like to know? The answer is yes, I am in a committed relationship with el amor de mi vida. So yes, I am. What are some things that sound like compliments but are actually insults? So let me tell you, this one time I was working at the front desk at this other job, and I had just did it back to back. So I literally like went to bed to sleep for 5 hours and went right back into work. And this guy, he goes like, damn, you look like how I feel today. And I'm like, okay, so one, you know, at that time I didn't have makeup on. So like, obviously I feel like, and so I'm like I didn't even know how to take that, you know, like usually I hear that when somebody's looking like amazing, you know, they're like, wow, you look great, I feel great, you know, but that day I look like, so apparently he was feeling the same way. Good to know, right? Shoot. So yes, that was my personal experience with that. Rude. What's your biggest screw up in the kitchen? So I tend to cook my food a little crispy, and it is not intentional at all whatsoever, but most people don't mind. And I remember I was trying to learn how to cook rice, and I had no idea what type of seasoning to put in rice. So I was one time I put meat seasoning, and then I think I mixed that with Old Bay seasoning. And then I remember I wasn't sure, like, how do I know when the rice is ready? Like, how does it look? How do I know that it's like fully cooked? What if it's overcooked? So I had asked my brother, and he was like, oh, typically you just try it. And I'm like, no, but like, how will I know? And he's like, just try it. And he kept insisting, just try it. So here you go, little old me. I get a freaking spoonful, put it in my mouth, and I didn't even blow it. I burned my mouth for like 2 weeks. Like, my tongue was swollen, my lips were swollen, the roof of my mouth was swollen for freaking 2 weeks because and he did that as a prank. And because he knew that I was gonna fall for it, and sure enough, I did. So that was my biggest screw up that I can remember really in the kitchen. Everything else I just burned. What ridiculous thing has someone tricked you into doing or believing? So when I was younger, I was much more gullible. I still kind of am now a little bit. I can see it. My sister had told me, so you know the lights that are under the escalator between each step, and you would typically see like a green light or maybe a yellow light kind of glowing underneath the escalators? Well, my sister told me that sharks lived under there, and I believed her. So every time I saw one, didn't matter where I was like, sharks are living in there. I knew that sharks lived under there. And it wasn't until I probably was a teenager where I realized, oh, nothing's living under there. So yeah, that's one of the most ridiculous things that I believed. Rude, right? The next question is, what sort of items would you buy that will make the cashier the most uncomfortable? Toys. I'm just saying, adult toys. Anywho, next, what is one animal that you're really afraid of? So I'm not too crazy about like reptiles, but I would say like a living being that I am like terrified of are bees. And that was because I got stung a lot when I was a kid. I got stung like 5 times, and like I welt up. It hurt so bad. You'd be so surprised if those of you who haven't gotten stung by a bee before, like that tiny little sting carries so much, and it hurt so bad, and it was like so traumatizing for me. So yeah, I'm terrified of them. The last but not least question is, what is your favorite part of going to the beach? For me, it would be the smell of the ocean. I love, like, you can lay out and get the sun anywhere, but like, and sometimes the sand is too hot, but I like the smell of the salt water. I like the smell of just the ocean. I love it. So that's all, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is actually kind of fun to share along with you. I do plan to have a little bit more uplifting videos coming along your way, especially with everything that's going on in the world. I just kind of wanted to like bring some happiness, some lightness to you, and I shall see you next Friday. Bye.